Hello, this is Vicky, Retro Queen Bee Art, and I need to put it on the me. No, that's not it. I have it on my art table. Sorry, guys. There I am. Oh, and my camera. Oh, I've been messing around with my cameras. So let me. Oh, gosh, I forgot to do this one. There, my head's not chopped off. Oh boy, what a busy week I've had. Oh, geez. I've been playing around with my cameras and the art table cameras. I thought I fixed it with the dang lag, but so there may still be a lag because I guess I did not fix it. But heck, I just push buttons after buttons because I have no understanding what the buttons mean when it comes to technology. So I'll continue to work on it. Let's see if I can get my comments up here. Welcome to the Joyful Art Time Show. I am smiling now, but I'm not sure if I can continue smiling or there may be a few tears that come down. However, I'll be at my art table probably most of the time, so you won't be able to see it, but you'll hear me talking. This program is about grief. Hi, Debbie. Hi, Daisies and Grace. Hi, Mama Juju. All right. So I wanted to share a few things first before we get started. One thing is I need to do a disclaimer. So here we are. I'm not a licensed therapist or mental health professional, and the content I share, whether through art, journaling prompts, or personal reflection, is based on my own experiences and is offered for creative and emotional expression. So if you are struggling with grief, trauma, or mental health changes, please consider reaching out to a qualified counselor, therapist, or support group because you're not alone. Grief takes many different forms from many different types of things. It could be a loss of a physical thing. It could be loss of having a disease like MS is a very debilitating disease that they have a lot of grief that goes on because they lose not only cognitive ability, but they also lose their physical ability. So I am not really a qualified counselor, but I'm going to express to you what I think that I've been going through with my son, Zach. I, a couple days ago, read his report from the coroner's office. And I just lost all my cognitive ability. Things were in a fog. I was really sad. It was really hard reading. I'm not going to actually tell my story about him at this point. I'm just too fresh in my grief to do that. I just don't feel comfortable, but I can do this little bit here that'll help me develop a memory journal for him. And then you can apply this to anything, actually. You could apply it like if you wanted to do a Christmas journal, you could do it. You could apply it to all kinds of different ways. It just doesn't have to be in a memory for a loved one who passed away or anything like that. It can be used for many different things. And we're also creative around here. And it looks like all the folks in my comment section are all creative people, and they all have channels, and they're wonderful, supportive people as well. So I'm going to have a poem here that I wrote for Zach, and it's called Sky Wide Missing for Zach. They say grief is like fear, but no one warned me how quiet it is, how it steals sound from the room and leaves only your name behind. Someone who was once developed in me as a whole person is now turned to ashes, and still you feel more real than the ground beneath me. I keep calling out, God, are you there? Is his soul in good care? I pray he is in heaven. I hope he is held. I beg to believe it. This journal is not a goodbye, but it's a doorway. On each page I turn, I carry you with me. And I really have gone through a lot of these emotions. I learned that because he's a child, let's see if I can say that the love that you have for them is so much that all that love turns into grief. And it does affect your cognitive ability as well. I mean, it does. I remember having that after my mom died, even though I was with her the last 2 weeks of her life and took care of her on hospice. And, you know, I got to jump into her lap and say, oh, Mom, I'm so sorry for being a terrible teenager. All those things. And I was grateful to watch her die and help her so she had no pain. But when she was gone, there was this heaviness, and I couldn't think right. And it almost took me a year just to get over my mom's death. So I think that this is a very slow process, and it's different than my mother's death. But, you know, I had a lot of love for both of them. All right. Well, I've got one more thing. I only have a few tears coming down, but you can't see me. I don't know why. I don't like to cry in public. This is public. All right, here is the other thing. It's on affirmations. And it's for my grieving mother's heart. And the first one is, I can carry sorrow and love in the same hands. One does not cancel the other. So with these affirmations, I will be putting, I'll make a copy of them, which I haven't done yet, but I will put them in my journal and the poem to Zach. And then I'll think about these affirmations more thoroughly as I look at them every day. My child is not forgotten. Every breath I take remembers him. I do not need to have all the answers to be held by God, because I do not lean on my own understanding, but God's will. This area is really hard because when you pray, you always pray that they're safe and they'll be taken care of, and the guardian angel will be with them, and you'll help them, pull them out of any emergency situations or whatever. And that's your prayer as a mom to your child. And then when they die instead, the safety that you prayed for them is still in your head, but you're like, oh, I just, you know, it must not have been God's will, Because if I dwell on it too much, I can get really angry at God, and I don't want to do that. Grief is not a failure of faith. It is the shape love takes when it has nowhere to go. Very true. The more you love, it could be a pet, because we love our pets. We love, the love turns into grief. He was here, he was mine, and he still matters. Yeah, he still matters. So those are the things that I prepared for the show. And let's see if I can do the switcher. Let's see. There we go. I also have this streaming deck. I got thinking that it would be easy to use with my eCam. I will push it because I did figure out how to get to the art table on it. But I've got like many more hours to work it out, and I'm like, oh, I don't like doing it. I thought it would be easy. I've checked the YouTube stuff, and there's not much on it. But I have not gone to deck directly, so that's what I'm going to do next. All right, well, I'm still here. Phew. It's, I forgot to put my lipstick on. That's what I mean. Cognitive issues happen. I also lost my computer glasses. I can't remember where my computer glasses are. So here's to senior, I think it's, I want to always call her Senior Moments, but it's not Senior Moments. It's Senior something to Cynthia. But this is for the Lipstick Club, Cynthia. So I don't know. There. So I want to do that. I've noticed with my fingernail polish, I love to get into paint, and I've got paint all over the fingernail polish. So I guess the next show I'll have to change it and put some more on. Any questions? Anything you guys want to ask me before we get to... Oh, Senior Insights. That's it. I'm sorry. Cynthia, Senior Insights. Everyone's got to go over there and just take your tea, your coffee, your soda, and just listen to her. She tells about her life and about the things that she thinks is important. But she's a wonderful talker, and she's an older retired nurse. This last time she revealed that she was a director of nursing in a nursing home. So I told her, well, my retired nursing is from the state of Washington. Hi, Jersey. Glad you're here. And that I was one of those state nurses that inspected the nursing home and assisted living and adult family home and did complaint investigations, only because I jumped to different nursing roles because I was there 33 years and I didn't want to get bored, right? So I did it all. So anyway, I told Cynthia that because she talked about her state inspections. Well, I would have been I was like a state nurse that would come in and inspect her facility and write citations and present them to, the staff and her and administrator and all that stuff. So anyway, it's a little world. I did not know she did that. Let's see. Oh, hi, Ginger. Glad you're in here. Checking my Daisy and Bonnie. I'm glad you're here too. And Simply Sue is here in Jersey. And Juju. Thank you all for coming. I really appreciate. Welcome, welcome. Remember to hit that thumbs up. I only have, it looks like 2, but I know I have a lag, so. Okay, well, we are going to go to the art table, and we'll see how my camera is working. I even changed the position of the camera and everything I've done, and went into all its technical stuff trying to. My webcam works well. I have no lag in it, but for some reason this other camera has a lag. Thought I fixed it, but I'll still keep working on it. Hopefully it doesn't bug you too much. Okay. Paper sacks. We all have them, right? From the grocery store. Lots of them. I have a lot of Walmart ones. So this is what I did is I've got one. I'm going to use 4. Let's see. So these are already ready to go. Oh, so I didn't realize I did that. Okay. And then I also did size these up. And for these, I added this, but I'm not sure if I want those or not. But I can always take them off. They might bug me. I'm one that really likes things kind of more, a little more tidier, I guess, on the edging. So I measured, but I'll show you here on this one how I measured. And it doesn't matter if it's a little one or a big one. It still works. I'm going to stick those over there. Okay. So what I do is first I got to take these off. So now it is a possibility when you pull these off, you might tear some of the sack, but it's okay if that happens, because you can just add paper sack over the holes. So this one tore off pretty nicely. So if I would have torn a hole in here, then I would just slap a piece of grocery sack paper right over the hole. Like this one, this one is having a little bit here. And I can go and get what I'm talking about if it happens to this one side over here. So I don't really want these in here. There. Now, if you want to be real thrifty, I gotta be on camera, right? You can keep these. I just cut off the glue part. And you can use them as handles. You can use them on tags. You can use them, see, you could use it as something like if for a cover and you wanted to go like this. So you have to kind of, think out of the box. So you can use just the handle. And then these just twist. So you can, I did it last night. And the paper is kind of cool. And you can work with it. You can stamp on it. You can paint it. You can just leave it plain, and it does help edging of the paper. Like maybe I could use it here even. Let's see. So see as it comes out like this. And it's just kind of cool because it's all like, has little lines in it, and it's got a lot of texture to it. For some reason, I was able to do it quicker last night. Maybe it's because I'm on camera. But I did take one apart last night. So you gotta funky with it, right? You gotta mess with it. I don't know. There it comes. There comes more. So instead of me doing this, I'm gonna get the one that I did do. If I can find it. What did I do with it? I have to look on my table because I actually worked on my table last night. Oh, I don't know what I did with it. Heck. I've been forgetting things more since I've been thinking, since I read that report on my son. Oh, I did. Okay, so once you fiddle with it, it comes out like this. Instead of watching me do that, then you kind of get it. So this is an extra piece that I could just put on here so that it gives it more support. And I can also put it on the back side. But I will wait to do that. I could even use this, I think. Okay, so we got the handles off. And the side that is ripped, I'm going to put that on the bottom because I don't want to cut into it. So this one turned out good, so I'm just going to cut up the middle. And I could have come way over here to be in the camera. My goodness, Vicky. Hi, iTurtle. iTurtle, love it. Glad you came. So the thing here is I'm just cutting out this part of the bag. It doesn't matter how you cut it out. You don't have to be all perfect here. So you just want to cut this. Okay. So I've cut the bottom out. And now I have a really long piece. See? It's probably longer than my camera can show. You have the whole paper sack to work with. This is a smaller paper sack. The larger one that I did, I really need my table, so that's why I chose this one to show. But you treat them all the same. And so then what I did is I just folded it in half the best I can. Because I'm going to trim the edges now with my cutter. If you don't have a cutter, you can use your own scissors. And a ruler. Okay, and then what I do is I put this little clip on here just to make sure it kind of stays there, right? And then I can just push it out. Now you can iron these as well. Now you notice I have a little tear there, so I am just going, and then I fold it again. And I try to get these edgings as straight as I can. I clip it. So if you have a little tear, you want to kind of cut those off. So let's go. So here's my machine, right? And I'm just going to cut the edges off. Okay, and then on this one, I'm just going to take that off. I'm going to try to measure this as good as I can. Hopefully I got... I'm just going to double check to make sure I got the... Oh, I didn't. Okay. Well, I might not worry about it. Because even with the tear, you can cover it up. Okay. And then we want to cut this. Let me see how. So I'm going to try to get that as close to the center as I can. It doesn't have to be perfect. Oh, here's that little tear. So I could repair it. Or just leave it. And then I think these are big enough. So I'm just going to use that for a measurement. Once you have a measurement and you have the size that you want, and of course, what do? I do everything by eye, as you notice. I just go, oh, that's good, that's good. But now this one is going to be a little bit shorter than this one, but this will be a new book. So, because the other ones I got, where's my pencil? Pencil. Heck, if I know where it went. Here's one. And then I just measured that like that. So, I don't know, I think that's big enough for a page. And then, oh no, I'm not going to cut. You can cut it with your scissors, but I'm going to kind of try to get this even Stevens here. All right. Where's my mark? So it comes all the way down here. And then I'm going to see if I need to adjust this in any way. Because sometimes I do. Like it's 1, 2. That's pretty close, I think. And then we're just going to cut this off like that. Okay, so I have the first page of another journal. See? And I will use this for reference when I cut the other 3 pages. Now here, I think we got some new folks with us, right? So you can just add a patch. Right? We can just add a patch. going to do this with the ruler. Oops. You can cut with these metal rulers as well. And we'll just do that, just add a patch. Or I could just do that too. But I think I'll just add a patch. It's easier right now. I can think about things later. Because as you start in your journal, this particular grocery sack journal, you know, who knows? I have no idea exactly what I'm going to do in Zach's yet. I have a few things like copying those, and I also did some questions that I found in C.S. Lewis. Has a grief book. I did not know that. I ordered it off eBay. There's a whole bunch of them on eBay for like $6. So that's what I did. And it hasn't gotten here yet. So I just found a couple, of course I didn't put enough glue on here. I gotta put a lot of glue. It's pretty thick. All right. See, that's what you do. And when you start journaling, or if you want to put a cover on here, you know, we can repair this with a piece of tape. Like, I kind of like this. I like tape. I have some colored tape, but I don't have it out with me. Or, you know, if you've made some tape that has some designs on it, that would be cute too. But see, you can do this. Because these are junk journals. There. Okay. So this page is ready. But we're now going to go, I'm going to take this off here. And sit it down here. I have a little spot. And this go. Some people keep this, but you know, it's just me here. And I don't really sell anything. And so I don't keep it. Now some of my friends that I have from Australia, I think they keep everything. They don't want to get rid of anything. But my lordy, I mean, like you look at these little things, right? And then you're going to have a bunch of junk laying around. Trash can. Time. Okay. Now, I'm going to do the bigger one first. So what you do, okay, so this is part of something I'm going to add. So basically, these are four, are they four? Yes, 4 grocery sacks. And they're just put together like this. You know, and you can see I'm not perfectly straight, but I don't really care. It doesn't have to be. I mean, I don't like it too out of whack, but we're gonna, now, since this is a very large area to sew, what I'm going to do is I'm not going to do a book binding, but I'm just going to sew like that. And hopefully my hands, I can do it without an owl. We'll see. We'll see. People who have arthritis in their hands, I have some, but not a lot, will need to use an owl. I'm just going to get up. So I'm just going to kind of put this like this, and I'm going to kind of try to get this to be a little more stable while I sew. I'm going to add some clips. Hopefully it won't take me too long. I'm going to use wax thread. I probably should give you the measurements of this thing. Pretty big. This is a full paper sack. Yeah, full paper sack. I'll give you the measurements here. So when I completed it, it's almost 12 inches by, how tall it is. Let's see, I would say 13 inches. Maybe 13 and a half, maybe. About 13 and a half, I think. Well, let's see, maybe 13. No, 13 inches. Good enough. All right, so you need a big, this, you can get a book binding needle or embroidery needle, but they kind of like are blunt on the ends and they have a big hole in them. So we can use our wax thread. I always use wax thread. I know that. And you can get this in the jewelry department. I think I'm going to use this turquoise. There's a green. At Michael's. And it lasts you forever. It's not that expensive. That's where I got this one anyway. You can make your own wax threads. There are videos on that. So let's do 1, 2. Of course, I have run out of thread before. I don't want to run out of thread. This might be too much because I'm just going to do a straight stitch along this. But I don't want to run out of thread. Now the smaller grocery bag, I think, okay, so you got to try to get your eyes going here. There we go. Let's see, I probably, if I can, I'm going to leave some thread out on this side. Hanging, and then I could put some beads on it, something like that. Hopefully I'll have enough. I think I probably will. Okay. Hi, Trekkin. Oh, I love your videos. They are so cool. Let's start on the outside because I want this thread on the outside. Welcome, welcome. I'm not in my, how am I going to get in my, this is so big. Maybe I need to start like this so you guys can kind of see me. Okay. Well, I'm just going to start about like a 1/2 inch. Oh, it's not bad. So us folks, if you have arthritis, you should be able to do it. Because if I did it, then anybody can do it, right? Okay. How is going to be us? And I'm just going to make stitches, and I don't even know if it'll be completely on the inside or not. I mean, I don't know if they're going to be straight or exactly in the hole because I don't have, I usually do this with a book or something, but you know, this is a junk journal. Oh, I'm trying to do it left-handed. And we're just going to sew this up like that. Now I'm probably going to get closer to this. And if you make an extra hole, I was told today, when I was listening to a Shannon, I think her name was, she says, don't worry, that just allows your book to breathe. An extra hole in it, it just won't matter. So, before I get this too tight, I want to add a little extra here. Okay. Now, I wish there was an easier way to do this. I just kind of clumsy. And I'm not even going to measure my stitching either. I'm just going to stitch it. Oh, and of course, you're going to see what can happen. And my goodness, I'm just going to leave it in, and I'll just have a little bigger hole. Okay, I know I look as close. So you guys get any suggestions on how to, besides just holding this thing in your hand? Of course, you can see I've never done this before. Let me know. I don't want to get a hole. Okay. You can make this with 3 paper sacks or 5 paper sacks. I just chose 4. And what you do is you build up on the pages. As you're journaling. Okay, let's go about right here. I don't know why I'm... Ugh! Okay, I got it. You want to make sure you don't poke yourself, right? I don't know if I've never poked myself, but I could see where you could do it. Make sure. Yeah, we'll just leave that. So what I did is I got that knot in there. That's okay. Oop, there's an extra hole. We'll just tie it there. And I'll have a couple strings in the middle. So if you want all your stitches to be even, we're not doing any embroidering. I just want to check this for... But if you want all your stitches, you know, not wonky like mine, you can measure, oops, you can measure with a ruler. And you can mark off exactly where you want your stitching. Sometimes I use my left hand. I don't know why. And then when I notice I'm using it, I'm like, oh, it's a little bit harder than my right hand. I don't think I'm ambidextrous, I think is the word for that. Oh. Well, let's see, what can I say? I know this particular bag is huge because what you do with this journal, you don't really, you build up on the page, and I'll show you in a minute what that means. Well, we're almost there. I'm trying to think if I can tell a story that happened this week. Oh, Juju, I know my dog Bruno, he's got a haircut. All his puppy hair is all off. He looks like a really skinny little dog. Okay, I'm not doing that. Okay, so let's go in here. There we go. I know. If I can catch him, I'll try to show you. I don't know if he's outside or inside at the moment. That was his first grooming experience. He got a bath and his hair shaved off. All his little puppy hair all gone. It's a little bit sad for me, but I know they have to grow up. So I think I am just going to maybe just leave this here like this. I don't know. Or I can leave it on. I could tie it in a knot. Okay. So see, we're going to cover that probably anyway when we're doing our journal. We're going to cover that. And I'm going to probably even cover this. But this is to hold it. So let's, so right now I'm just going to leave that like that. And then, I'll show you. So one thing, and let me see if I can find it, because I haven't found it yet. Let's see. My son loved to eat potato chips. And I did save a potato chip bag, but Who knows where I put it? I haven't had time to look for it. I was thinking it was right under here and it was really easy to get to. Let me check it one more time. Let's see. So I had a potato chip. Who knows what I did? I don't know what I did with it. I don't know what I did with it. I'm so organized today. This is what grief does to you. It actually does affect your brain. I have an excuse. Well, I'll have to show you I had a potato chip bag, and I was going to put that right here. But what I'll show you is, okay, so I got in memory of my son, and I have some questions here. On the suddenness of sorrow, no one ever told me that grief felt, so much like fear. And that is from C.S. Lewis. So some of the prompts for me would be, what part of grief catches me by surprise? So reading my son's coroner's report just threw me for a loop. It was a hard thing. And then I'm like, I can't do anything for a couple days. I have to distract myself. So I'll probably write something in here. And then on how grief feels in the body, there's a sort of invisible blanket between the world and me. Because you're not alone, but your grief is your grief, and it means something to you, and it probably means something different to somebody else. And so it's almost like an invisible blanket between the world and you. And that's from C.S. Lewis. I'm real excited to get his book. It was written in the 1960s. The prompt, what does my grief feel like in my body today? And where do I carry it? I carry my grief in my heart. My heart hurts. It hurts. Right in your chest. Last night I was trying to go to sleep, and the grief just kind of welled up, and it wells in my heart and then probably my head. So, on memory and the ache of love, and C.S. Lewis wrote, because it was about his wife. He lost his wife. Her absence is like the sky spread over everything. So with my son being absent, what do I miss the most? What do I feel his presence even more now? I'm constantly, in that poem, I'm constantly saying, Zach, can you hear me? Zach, God, is he with you? I'm trying to hear his voice, but I don't hear any voice. I guess if I did, that might be an issue. I don't know. On learning to live again, getting over it so soon, but the words are not kind. I shall live with it, but I shall not get over it. And that's from C.S. Lewis. What I've learned is it takes time. So my son died April 30th, and I got the notice a couple weeks after, maybe a week after his death. They finally found me through his fingerprints and the time, and I don't know. So they found me, and so my grief is fresh, and it takes a long time. I mean, I've heard people 8 months to a year to 2 years or 3 or 4, but it never goes away but the achiness, I guess, gets less and less. Something like more of a pure acceptance happens. But you need to go through the grief to get there. It's terrible, feeling the pain. It's terrible. So, I don't know. The prompt here is, what do I wish other people would understand about my grief? I think maybe just listen. Listen and give me good support going through this. Kind words on top of my head. Sometimes I don't even have an answer because my grief is so fresh. I've never even thought of things like that until I read C.S. Lewis online. I didn't, I don't have his book, but you can read some of his quotes online. So comfort for my grieving heart. I'm allowed to feel joy and sorrow at the same time. My grief is a measure of my love. I carry Zach with me in everything I do. That's true. I can be doing the laundry. I can be scrubbing the floor. I can be making a journal or doing a tea bag flower. He's like always in my mind. It's sort of like your husband is. Sort of like, not my sister. My sister, I would have a different kind of grieving for. I love her, but she's not always in my mind like your children are or your husband. I don't have to rush to heal, so I can take my time. And I don't know, these are just a few scriptures. There's a lot of scriptures. I'm a Christian, so you'll always hear some scriptures. I'm only going to read 3 of them. There's millions of them. The Lord is close to the brokenhearted and saves those who are crushed in spirit. And those is Psalms 34:18. Blessed are those who mourn, for they will be comforted. Matthew 5:4. And he will wipe every tear from their eyes. And that's in Revelation. So in my son, I think that, all his tears, all his fear, everything is gone. And I just hope that with the mercy of Jesus, that they had a good talking when he died. He and Jesus had a good talking to each other. All right, so what you do with these big things. Now, I might cut this off. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. And I'm probably going to put something here. See, I might cut this off. But this, now you can decorate this if you want. You can put any kind of paper. So I'm probably, since I'm going to be, okay, so this would probably be better on this side. So I'm going to just tape it. I'm not going to do it now because I want to write in it before I do it. But I'm just going to tape it. So it's like this. And then if I want to come back and write in it, I can. This I don't like. So I have lots and lots of stuff like this laying around, right? Don't we all? I love this copper, and this is on a bag, and this is black. I'm wondering, okay. So I'm just going to do this. try to maybe cover this. So I'm wondering, because we don't have like a real journal here, I think this will just bend right with it pretty nicely. And then I do have this. Let's see if I can find something else in my... Oh, I do have this. This isn't bad. So this is wipe off. This is stamping with just wipe off. This is copper paint. Let's see here. It looks like that's... So I get these pieces of scrap paper. Yeah, because, you know, you don't want... Hopefully I don't tear this too much. But I do like to keep everything I can keep, right? Oh, maybe I should do a little bit off this end. No, I like that. If I do cut that off, it won't be that pretty, so I'm just going to leave it. Alright, so I have a glue stick. And you notice this piece of paper is not going to be... Now I can still add things. Like I can get his photos. I do have some photos. I'm going to put them in Canva. And I'm going to put those on here. I mean, you just, what you do is you just kind of build this. The journal, you just build it. You can use, if you have tablets, I do have some tablets. I don't use them very often. I have just a few, but you could use that. I'm trying to think what other paper you could use. I'm just going to put this on top here. I need more gluey stuff. What am I doing? I don't know. Oh, I got the top off already. So I'm just going to add more glue because sometimes like these papers that have been laying around for a while, they get dry. And they will use more glue. And I always miss the edges. Normal for Vicky. So you can use your scraps. Some of us who are seasoned journalers, we have a lot of scraps. Especially if you do gel printing, you have a lot of scraps. Your wipe-offs. I always have to practice my stamping. Okay. So I did add. Yeah, that just bends really nicely. Okay. So I can, yes, I can do, you know, create this here, but I can also build things under here. Like maybe I want to make, I'd like to make a photo thingy, so I could do that. I could put his potato chip bag, once I find it, right here, and I might get rid of this and just put his potato chip bag. But then I can put things on top of the potato chip bag, and I can put things in it, like his reports that I get from the various agencies. But I can also put his poems in here. I can put the affirmations in here. Because I have all this to write with. This is just tea-dyed paper, and I printed this out on tea-dyed paper. So I could put his poem here, or I could put his poem on top. So what you do is, like, you just continue to build up on this journal. So before long, it will get thicker. It will get thicker. So once you start building on each page, it gets thicker. So this is, I have to look for some cloth. I might put, you know, he's a guy. He liked the color blue. But I will like give this a cover. He loved animals. He loved to tent. He loved camping. He loved nature. So I'm going to think of things that he loved, and I will decorate throughout this. But I think you guys get the gist, right? Of how you can create this journal. I'll pull it out ever so often and just give you a flip through, so you'll see how I do it. Well, now this, I'm not going to do this short one, but if you have a smaller one, so you could, like this one, I am thinking I might do a pamphlet stitch in here, because I don't have, it's smaller, it's almost half the size. So like a 5-hole would probably good here to stitch this one together. And then, you know, it has the same concept, but it's a little smaller. So these grocery sacks are smaller with the handle that I have. And this is like a full grocery sack size. I'm excited. I don't know what I'm going to use this one for, but I'll have it laying around. Who knows? Who knows? I'll figure something out. Well, thank you guys. I have no idea what time it is. It is 7:10. Let's see what, I haven't been paying attention to the comments. So we got our art table done, so that's good. And let me see. Any questions, please ask me. Susan, Jersey, Bonnie, Juju, Debbie, Sue, let's see, Ginger, I don't know your real name. I don't know why. I should know by now. It takes me a while to learn names. And I know Juju's is April. Thank you, Debbie. It's going to be so nice. Oh, thank you, Juju, giving me hugs. And Ginger, thank you for coming. Oh, you've got to run. It's dinner time. She's gone probably. And here's Simple Debbie. It's going to be so nice. I love her channel. She has a nice channel. She talks about her life and different things going on. She got a new kitchen sink. Oh, Leah, I have not seen you for ages. I am so glad you came in. Oh, you were listening. Oh, you didn't want to interrupt. Oh, I'm so glad that you came. Any questions? There's Leah. And let's see. And here, oh, trekking, she's got a good channel. She goes all over different places and shows you all the nature and where she goes. And it's just it's just a fun channel too. So I would encourage you, if you just want to look at the nature and her trips are fun. And here's Jersey. Oh, I thought that was Jersey. Let's see if I can change it. Maybe not. There we go, Jersey. There she is. Love her butterfly. So everybody on here really has a channel. I don't have anybody to put that into my comments. I really don't have a person to help me with that. So I think, Leah, do you have a channel? I'm not sure. Oh, you went to Florida for a couple of weeks. Oh, and visited your family. Pretty. Florida's pretty. Oh, I'm sure glad you came, Leah. And I bet you had a great vacation. And there's Mama Juju. Let's see, Mama Juju. Hey, Hugs, you got this. I did pretty well. I kind of in the beginning cracked up a little. But once I start doing the project itself, then I feel better. Ginger has a channel. I Truly Love It has a channel. Let's see, here she is. Just want to give a shout out to all you guys. Oh, I think I was doing Susan. Her name is Susan, but this is her channel. How come you won't go on there? I don't know why. Let's see. I'll try to get you up there. There she is. She has her own channel. She builds journals, and she does the ephemera for journals, and she has a lot of things going on in her channel. That she also does the news for us to tell us what kind of things are happening in the art world of junk journaling. And let's see. Oh, here's another gal. Hello, Patty. I am so glad you came in. Were you listening in the background as well? Welcome, welcome. Oh, you have a channel but no videos. Okay, Leah. I wasn't sure. I just wanted to make sure everyone with a channel that I let people know so they can go visit them. Well, I am going to say goodbye and sending love. and love to the universe. Thank you everyone for coming. I really appreciate it. Remember the thumbs up as you leave. Oh, I know one time on Juju's I didn't do my thumbs up and I didn't realize till the next day, and I go, I don't know if I gave her a thumbs up. So I went back and nope, I didn't give her a thumbs up. Then I gave her a thumbs up. Thank you, Juju. Thank you, Debbie. I just, love and hugs. That's what we all need, huh? Love and hugs. Bye-bye. I'll see you next Tuesday at 6 p.m. I have a live every Tuesday and Saturday at 6 p.m. Oh, thank you for the hugs, Leah. Thank you. Thank you for love, Debbie and Juju and Bonnie, and thank you all. Appreciate all of you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Bye-bye. See you guys next Tuesday.